Hello, and welcome to the Den of the Monster Ox. Finally finished Horizon Forbidden West, so let's get into our review. Horizon Forbidden West continues the story of Aloy half a year after the events of Zero Dawn, a young huntress of the Nora tribe sent on a quest to a mysterious frontier spanning Utah to the Pacific coast to find the source of a mysterious plague that kills all it infects. On her journey across the uncharted lands of the Forbidden West, she encounters hostile regions filled with natural threats and ravaged by massive storms, dangerous enemies, and deadly machines, both new and old. As Aloy attempts to explore the wider and deeper parts of the Forbidden West, she discovers a vast array of diverse environmental ecosystems, including lush valleys, dry deserts, snowy mountains, tropical beaches, and ruined cities, both above and below the water. The land is dying. Vicious storms and an unstoppable blight ravage the scattered remnants of humanity, while fearsome new machines prowl their borders. Life on Earth is hurtling towards another extinction, and no one knows why. It's up to Aloy to uncover the secrets behind these threats and restore order and balance to the world. Along the way, she must reunite with old friends, forge alliances with warring new factions, and unravel the legacy of the ancient past, all the while trying to stay one step ahead of a seemingly undefeatable new enemy. Uncover the secret behind Earth's imminent collapse, and unlock a hidden chapter in the ancient past, one that will change Aloy forever. So, here is the short, spoiler free version of the review. I loved this game. Aloy was just as good, if not better, than she was in Horizon Zero Dawn. Our new antagonists aren't just evil beings looking to kill us, but rather we're just kind of in their way as they're on the run from something else. The environment is amazing, but doesn't tell any of the story, and the flow slash pacing of the game is very well done. Overall, absolutely loved the game and would easily recommend it. Now, with that, we are headed into spoiler territory, so if you don't want any spoilers, this is your time to step out. For everyone else, let's get into it. So, in my video about Horizon Zero Dawn, I discussed why I liked how Aloy was written. She had a solid arc, she didn't follow any of the usual tropes, she had plenty of room to grow as a character. And Horizon Forbidden West didn't disappoint. After the events of Horizon Zero Dawn, Aloy finds herself struggling to handle what she's learned and how to apply it to the growing problems that are starting to surface. This forces her to step out of her comfort zone. But that struggle also leads her to want to leave her allies behind, and her allies refuse to be left behind. Aloy learns to lean on her new friends, and they step up to the plate. I actually love seeing each of our protagonists grow together as a team. Now, I do think the companions in the Mass Effect trilogy are a bit better, but overall, Horizon's companions are a very close second. The final thing to add here would be to compare what Aloy is at the end of the game to what she was like at the start. Horizon Zero Dawn saw Aloy grow from a child that was born an outcast into a woman that was respected by multiple groups of people, including those that once shunned her as an outcast. Horizon Forbidden West takes her from that to an actual leader. She leads her group of friends as well as entire armies by the end. She's making allies with friends as well as enemies, making truces, all the stuff that would be asked of a good leader in this kind of scenario. So overall, once again, I am very impressed with how Aloy was written, so I'm giving her another 5 out of 5. The connection between Hades and Aloy is briefly explained, but not quite enough for me to see it as anything more than Hades has turned evil and needs to be stopped, and only Aloy can do it. Now, the explanation may be better explored in Horizon Forbidden West, which was just released as of the time of this recording, so I haven't had time to play it. So I may revise my opinion when I do get to the story review of Horizon Forbidden West. So I guess that I have an opinion to revise, but just a little bit. But before I can really explain why, we first need to go over our new antagonists, the survivors of Far Zenith. Short version is that back before the apocalypse that led to the events of the Horizon series, there was a group of people that said, well, since Earth is doomed, let's get on a starship and go colonize a new world. Well, that plan eventually fell apart, and the survivors are now coming back to Earth to pick up a copy of the Gaia AI. And they didn't feel like sharing with our protagonists, so we had to race to collect the different parts of Gaia. Now, I like how the story writers handled introducing the Far Zenith crew. We were shown bits of their character fairly early, and hints are dropped even back in Horizon Zero Dawn. So it comes as no surprise when they see those on Earth as nothing more than savages who deserve to be swept under the rug. So I would say they're just evil, but self-serving and egocentric would be better descriptors. So, now going back to why Hades wanted to kill Aloy back in Horizon Zero Dawn, we do get an answer now in this game, and I am satisfied, but it did take a bit. We learned fairly early in the game that Far Zenith sent the signal that made Gaia, and as a result, Hades, go berserk. For a while, I thought that was pretty much all we were going to get, was the how, not the why. But finally, as we're about to take down the final boss, we actually get the why. And we'll discuss the why in the story development section, but I do feel that we get a good answer. So, overall, very impressed. 5 out of 5. So, my thoughts on the environmental storytelling in Horizon Forbidden West are actually almost identical to my thoughts from Horizon Zero Dawn. My major issue is that almost everything is told to you through exposition dumps and character dialogue. I think the only real exception to this would be the ruins of Las Vegas, Nevada. I like that as you delve into some of the ruins that the lights come to life and you can see what the culture was like right before the apocalypse. But again, that doesn't really have anything to do with your story. It's more like a window into a past that shows the hopes for their future that would ultimately never be realized. Now, to be fair, again, the environment is very well crafted. Each area you enter shows the signs of the tribe that inhabits it. Each ruin reminds you that you're in a post-apocalyptic world and not back in the past. So now to repeat what I said back in the Horizon Zero Dawn video. Before I give my ranking, let me be clear. The environment was expertly crafted, and Horizon Forbidden West was easily one of the most gorgeous games I've played. So, when I say what I will next, I'm only rating its impact on the story, not how pretty it is. So, overall, it was fairly average. There was stuff in the environment to help the story along, so I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Now, I'm just going to say it. I loved how they paced the story in this game. Despite how jerky it felt at a couple points, each area felt like it had its own story that then led into the greater story. Every area had something happening that the people needed help solving, so you helped them so that they can in turn help you. As you go along, you meet those who ultimately want to join your quest. Every person who joins helps round out the team with their unique skills, knowledge, so on and so forth. Now, the story isn't always a smooth flowing river. Each time your team interacts with the Far Zenith crew, it feels a little abrupt for some reason. Like, it makes sense each time, and you knew it was coming for a couple of the instances, but still. Overall, though, every major character has enough time in the sun to make the relationships you form with them feel real, and I love it. The other point, though, to discuss here would be how the story flows out of Horizon Zero Dawn and ultimately into what will be coming in the third game. So, in Horizon Zero Dawn, we learn about a signal that made Gaia and Hades go berserk. We learn in Horizon Forbidden West that that signal was sent by an AI created by the crew of the Far Zenith. Then, at the very end, we learn that the AI is coming to Earth. This explains a fair bit of why the crew of Far Zenith was in such a rush and why they were trying to basically pull off a smash and grab. So, now that we've defeated the crew of Far Zenith, we must prepare for the arrival of the new AI. So, I'm stoked. I actually don't think I've been this excited for a game coming up since Mass Effect 2 going into Mass Effect 3 and when they announced StarCraft 2. So overall, while it wasn't perfect, I was still very impressed. So I give it a solid 5 out of 5. And so here we are at the end of our review with a 9 out of 10 overall score. I would absolutely recommend this game to anyone, as long as you're kind of up for longer stories. Horizon Forbidden West took me about 60 hours to do the main story, but also enough of the side missions for me to get up to the right power level. I love how they actually put dedicated armor and weapon types for the different styles of play into the game. Like, you like fighting on the back of a giant machine? Go for the Machine Master gear. You like hiding in bushes and assassinating your enemies from the shadows? Go for Infiltrator gear. I mean, the list goes on. There's like 6 different types of armor and weapon gear. Again, absolutely recommend picking it up. Unfortunately for now, it is just a PlayStation exclusive. But since Horizon Zero Dawn eventually came to PC, I would imagine that Horizon Forbidden West will eventually do the same. All right. If you agree with my review, please leave a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And as we get closer to the summer months, I will actually be looking into doing a more regular stream schedule, just because it's looking like that'll be what'll be working with my work schedule, with kids being out for the summer. In the meantime, check out the Discord. We've got multiple channels there for story suggestions, for discussing different aspects of different stories that you like, things you wish could be better. Link will be down in the description. And I look forward to hearing what suggestions you have for games for me to play coming up. Looking at my list of games, I've got 2 or 3 that'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks. That'll be coming directly from suggestions that I got on my Discord. So leave a suggestion there. See if we can't get around to it. And with that, thanks for joining me here in the den, and I will see you in the next story review.